Namaste, myself Dr. Nikhil Parmar, cosmetic dermatologist, trichologist, dermatosurgeon, and practicing at Bhopal since last 12 years. And thank you, Visamo Foundation, for inviting me for this today's talk. Thank you very much. Actually, Visamo Foundation is founded in 2002 with a very noble cause and for children that is below poverty line, and it's been founded by the society, and each and every children are studying in very much finest school of Ahmedabad. I am in contact with Visamo Foundation since last many years. I have been privileged to provide facilities to the child or children of Visamo Foundation in health related issues, and I feel humble for that. Actually, I have seen many children from Visamo Foundation getting through this career very much high in their life, and actually I feel without this kind of foundation it's not possible to have this kind of height in their life, or this much of success they couldn't have. So it's very noble cause that Visamo Foundation is providing them, and this service to the society. The students are studying in various fields like arts, culture, then engineering, and many of them are in good sports activities as well. So it's a very good part of it, and I congratulate all the faculties and who are involved in the foundation of this Visamo Foundation and Calorex behind this. So very much congratulations to all of them. Now, today we'll discuss about the skin and hair related issues that we have seen, particularly during this pandemic. What the skin and hair related issue we face, skin, hair and nail related, and routine care, what should we take care of it, that we'll discuss today. We see the skin as it is actually the largest organ of our body. It measures around 2 square centimeter of the size, and it does many functions like immunity, protection, then heat transfer, then cosmetic reasons, hair, nail providing dexterity function. So there are many functions, vitamin D synthesis, all these functions are very much provided by the skin. Generally, we all know our skin with cosmetic concern, but many of the functions are very much important in our routine functioning of our body. So not for cosmetic reason, but for the internal reason as well, we should take care of our skin. Now, if we see the skin is basically a multi-cell layer organ. It is having actually many cell layers present. The outermost layer is stratum corneum, and as per the oil content in that, we say our skin oily, dry, or normal skin. Now, we generally what we ask in routine, what we feel, what we are asked by patients in our routine OPDs, how to take care of skin, what should we eat, what should we do for glowing skin. So all this for this, first of all, the basic step will go one by one with the steps. If we start, first we should know our type of skin. If our skin is oily or dry, there is one simple test. You can have a simple tissue paper, pieces of the tissue paper you can use on one cheek, second cheek, forehead area, nose area, and chin area. Out of this, if your cheek area or the tissue paper which have been stick to the cheek, it comes dry, then and other comes in oily, oil absorbed is there, so you can consider your skin as a combination type of skin that is present normally in 70 to 80% of the people. And if we see all places or the tissue paper pieces are dry, then we should consider our skin as dry one. And if we see this all tissue papers have been come into oilier part, then we should consider it's oily skin. Second thing, related to other body parts, not for face, other body parts, skin also differs. Like we say my skin is oily, but it's possible that if our body skin may come dry as well. So we should not consider if my skin is face skin is oily, then I should be using products for my body according to that only. It's possible that you may have dry skin on your body and oilier skin on the face. So choose your products accordingly. Now for the healthy skin part, we'll start with the skin routine first. First of all, cleansing part. Cleansing part, we should first have cleanser in the morning. It should be 2 to 3 times in a day usage of the cleanser. Like in the winter time, it should be 2 times. In summer time, it can be 4 times, depending on your type of skin and depending on the perspiration you get. Now, perspiration or sweating you get. After cleansing part, there is application of moisturizer. Again, moisturizer is very essential part of our daily skincare routine. It should be for adult skin type, it should be non-comedogenic. And again, in moisturizer there are many types of moisturizer. There are many oily one, there are many water-based moisturizer. Again, there are moisturizer which comes with SPF 2. Again, there are moisturizer which comes with antioxidant property as well. So nowadays, because of improved science, we should choose moisturizer according to our skin type, and that too have antioxidant property as well, means healing property. And after cleansing of the face in the morning, then do moisturize your skin. Required parts you can use moisturizer. Then comes antioxidant spray. There are now many good antioxidant sprays available in the market that you can use in the morning time. Now, what is antioxidant spray? In daily routine, because of moisture, because of this excess of pollution outside, because of hot humid weather, because of some inflammation in the skin, because of some zits or acne, because of some procedures. Nowadays many skin procedures are being done. You might feel your skin a bit red, flaky. So for that kind of skin, there are many antioxidant spray available that you can use, and that gives soothing and calming effect. Now after this night regime, in the night time we should again the same process, do cleansing. Now comes the role of toner. If your skin is too oily, if your skin is very much like if you need to go outside very frequently, and your skin comes in outer weather, dust, pollution repeatedly, then you can use toner 3 times in a week. And it's alcohol based thing. Basically you can wipe on the entire face. Repeated toning, too much of toner is not required. 2 to 3 times in a week is quite sufficient. After toning off your skin, give it a bit time, then you can use anti-aging products. Now for anti-aging part, I would like to say one thing. There are many questions at which age we should start anti-aging program, because what we feel I start feeling aging like after 50, 60 like that, and now I started feeling wrinkles on my face. But actually it's not like that. It's not again emotional part, it's not again number of age. It depends on the basically science. If we see during the age of 20 to 25, our anabolism means if we do feel or if we do face any kind of trauma in our skin, like it might be sun exposure, it might be some kind of redness or inflammation, our newer skin production means process of production of the collagen bundle, elastic fiber, means repair. It is called repair mechanism is quite normal. It's in excess to the required. So we at that time we don't need any anti-aging thing. Now as we approach 25 and later on, the degradation comes more into picture. So whatever problem we face, the degradation part means there will not be much production of the collagen bundle, there will not be much production of the elastic fiber, so our skin will degrade. The basic structural component protein of our skin is collagen. So collagen will degrade, and the degradation of the collagen will lead to problem in the skin. So aging signs like fine lines, wrinkling, pores, pigmentation, all these are visible on our skin. So ideally we should start using anti-aging product right from the age of 25 roughly, and later on. So in a night routine, in anti-aging part, there are many scientific papers and researches are available that says you should be using products that contains vitamin A derivatives. The most common this content is retinol, all this retinol palmitate like that are mentioned in the anti-aging cream. Nowadays again because of much advancement in the this formulations of the skin by many good companies, anti-aging cream do available in micro encapsulation technology, because that penetrates deeper in our skin cell layer, gives fast effect plus long lasting effect. Now in anti-aging part also, don't consider if you start using anti-aging product after 1 month or so you will be having your wrinkles erased and glowing skin like that. It will take some time. So do continue to use them. It's not like that you continue for 6 months then stop it. It's a daily routine. It should be in our daily routine program. If you skip for a couple of days, it's fine, but it should not be stopped like you see use for few months and then stop it. Now other than the ingredients, if we see it will help to choose your anti-aging products. Vitamin A derivative, then other vitamins like niacinamide, vitamin B complex, vitamin C, again very much essential ingredient of production or the development of the collagen bundle of our skin. It should be there. Then other ingredients, botanical extract nowadays available in the this anti-aging cream like soya proteins, then curcumin, arbutin, peptides, all are this very much essential, and they do help a lot for good skin care regime. You can use them on the forehead, nose area, cheeks area. Now after this, it will also help in reduction in the superficial pigmentation. Apart from the skin, under eye area is also very much essential area. So in under eye area, because the eye skin is very delicate area, is thinnest skin of our body, so we should take care of our under eye skin differently and delicately. For that we should be using again vitamin C based serum. 2 times in a day you can use. In under eye area there are many good quality under eye creams available that again contains anti-aging property, that is having less amount of this ingredients in concentration compared to facial skin. So it will help to reduce your under eye problems like fine lines, pigmentation, and sometimes puffiness as well. Nowadays we do come across with the patients complaining of puffiness of the eye. So just simple tip to give for puffiness of the eye: if your salt intake is more, it should be reduced. If you take alcohol, then alcohol also should be it should be also reduced, because in very early morning time it will give you puffiness. Enough sleep, then water intake at least 2 liters per day, good quality of diet, exercise and diet are very much essential part of our healthy and glowing skin program, because if we don't follow them, if we don't do them, then we can't expect our creams or other treatments to work. So this basic foundation is like exercise, diet, yoga, pranayam, that helps, that you can incorporate in our routine. Now in other than anti-aging part, now we'll go to routine in day care. What should we do for day care program? In day care program, essential aspect is sunscreen. A sunscreen we all and each should use if we don't want any sign of aging, because ultraviolet rays, particularly in that UVA, causes much skin related problems like fine lines, pigmentation. UVB also causes many damage to the skin, particularly in that to consider irritation, redness and other skin problems, and Skin cancer. Actually, skin cancer is very much less in our Indian people, or so it's good part. But it essential to use sunscreen in daily routine program. Now in sunscreen also it should be chosen according to your skin type. Like if your routine, if your skin is dry, you can use uh, lotion based sunscreen. If you need to go outside, if you're perspiring a lot, then better to prefer micronized zinc. It is physical sunscreen. uh, Choose sunscreen according to type, like physical blockers, zinc oxide, titanium dioxide. These are good one. Contents having oxybenzone, avobenzone, benzophenols. These are again good sunscreen. Two types of sunscreen, one is chemical sunscreen and one is physical. There are many sunscreens that incorporate both together. So if your skin is very sensitive and if anything you apply, your skin reacts to them, then better to use sunscreen with physical blockers and with having antioxidant property. Again, in sunscreen there are good moisturizing agents available, so no need to use moisturizer separately if you are using sunscreen regularly. And particularly during this pandemic time, we do have much our contact with screen, like it might be this tab, mobile, laptop, computer, etc. It also emits infrared rays. Infrared also causes the same damage to the skin for if it is exposed to the prolonged period of time. So I would recommend you use sunscreen if you are indoor as well. It's recommended to use every 2 to 3 hours. There are many sunscreen, they do claim that they have property of full days SPF or antiperspirant activity. Don't go with that. Better to reapply it after 2 to 3 hours. Now, other than this sunscreen part, what other problem we get during this pandemic area, and because of other usage, our what we were not used to using in previous time, and now we have started using in this time. So I will go with that. Particularly first, if we see, prolonged usage of the mask is now mandatory. All we need to use mask in our daily daycare routine. So for that part, many do have problems if they have very sensitive skin, if they have acne prone skin. So for them I would like to advise, if you need to wear mask for very prolonged period of time, then keep 2 to 3 masks with you. You can remove them after 2-3 hours as possible. Better to use in between, do face wash, because prolonged usage of the or prolonged contact of the mask will entrap sweat and sebum in your skin, and again there will be aggravation, and again because of excessive perspiration, because of excess of the heat, there will be aggravation of the bacterial growth, and again that will lead to more pop outs. So to avoid that, you can do face wash in between if possible, and again change your mask. You can do 2 to 3 times in a day. Now for acne prone type of skin, what should we do in routine? In routine, if we see this present hot humid weather outside, our skin tends to be very oily, tends to perspire a lot. So for that we should do face wash 2 to 3 times or 4 times. You can do, if it depends. Choose face wash accordingly, like there are many good face wash nowadays available that contains glycolic acid, salicylic acid, mandelic acid. These are alpha hydroxy acid that helps in removal of excess of the moisture, killing the bacteria, removing of the excess of the sebum, and also helps to reduce your pigmentary marks as well. So you can choose them accordingly. For further advice, you can consult your dermatologist for that part. Now, other than this facial mask, many do have irritation in the, those who have sensitive skin do have irritation in the ear part. So take care of that part, and particularly with the sanitizer, many we have many increased cases of the sanitizer allergy. Sometimes they don't know with what they happen, but nowadays they are experiencing more and more hand related problems like dryness of the hands, itching on the hands, redness on the hands, then infection, fissures, pain like that. uh, I have seen many do need to use this sanitizer at when they visit other offices, mall or other areas. So better to carry good quality sanitizer with you, because your skin might react if other ingredients that are not intended to suit to your skin then can cause irritation and burning and that kind of skin problem. There are ingredients like strong alcohol, phthalates, triclosans. These have many irritation potential. So, and if you have very sensitive skin, then what you can do, you can wear plastic this rubber gloves whenever you step outside. You can use sanitizer on the top of it. When you return to your home, you can use moisturizer. So your repeated contact with the sanitizer will be quite reduced. At home, you can use simple soap to clean your hand rather than sanitizer. Now, other problem what we face during this pandemic is hand dermatitis and dermatitis related to the legs. Many female do visit with the complaint of problem with the pain and swelling in the nail part, hand problems, itching, redness, whiteness in the sole area. So all these are related with the prolonged contact, majorly with the prolonged contact of the soap, detergents and water. So for this, again, better to use rubber gloves while working, particularly in this kind of environment. And don't forget to use moisturizer. There are good quality moisturizers available that contains liquid paraffin, soft paraffin, glycerin. So they all have very much long moisturizing properties. So you can use them and can avoid this kind of problems if it happens repeatedly. And if it doesn't go away, then better to consult your nearby dermatologist. Nail problems are also quite common in this area this time because of secondary bacterial and fungal infection. To avoid them, you can use simple Vaseline. You can use in the nail part before going to work. After work, you can clean with plain water and you can use a moisturizer on the top of that. Now, these are the problems related with the skin we discussed. Now we'll go with problems related to hair. Again, I have seen many patients coming to our clinic with problem of hair fall is increased tremendously. There are many patients do complain of I have experienced hair fall in last 3 months or 6 months. It's more in amount, abundance in amount. Again, hair is very delicate structure of our body. It is made up of protein. It gives good protection from the heat, mechanical protection as well. Now if we see the hair part, hair is basically hair cycle, means our hair growth is divided in 3 phases. First is anagen phase, that is active hair growth phase. It lasts about 2 to 5 years. Then second phase, that is catagen stage. Most of our hair that is in anagen phase now comes into catagen phase. Catagen phase lasts for a limited period of time, like 2 to 6 months. Only 10% of hair are present in this catagen stage. And last stage will be telogen phase. So most of the hair will be loosely attached with the skin and it will shed off. If with mechanical pressure after bathing, what we see, that is in telogenic phase. So normally 50 to 100 hair fall is considered as normal. So we should not be bothered about this much amount of hair loss. Now if hair loss good out numbers, it goes very much outnumber, then we should be doing proper care of that part, because if we start doing early for hair fall issue, then our hair loss will not be increased more. And second part, for the hair loss part, there are many issues like if your baldness has increased for male part, and for female part, if your hair loss continues to be for very long period of time, even with treatment we may not be able to get each and every hair back. So it's essential to start your hair care treatment from the early phase, So we'll be able to rescue your hair. And like other problems, breakage of the hair, split ends, decrease in the density of the hair. In this time particularly, effect of stress, that is more psychological stress, emotional stress, hormonal changes, lack of nutrition, this all affects into hair loss program. Other than this, deficiency of the iron, then vitamin B12, D3, folic acid, ferritin, calcium pentothenate, biotin very essential. Then other problem like diabetes, thyroid, blood pressure, operations, pregnancy, delivery, these are all are other reasons of the hair loss. So, and what common reasons out of this is hormonal changes and nutritional deficiency. In female, what we have seen in nutritional deficiency also, very common is anemia or iron deficiency. Now many when we talk to our clients, they do say कि I have very normal diet, I do take everything, so there should not be any nutritional problem. But it also depends on your genetics. It also depends what is your absorption level. What you eat may not be absorbed properly, may not be absorbed fully. It also depends on the storage part. If your storage part is less in your body, and if your diet is enough, so it's not properly transmitted to the hair follicle, and your hair may not be getting proper enough nutrients. So it's also one of the reason. So for that, we need to go for blood test. Again, it's individualized and it depends on case to case basis, but we should be more concentrated on this common part. So if we correct this, so it's possible we may not get this problem. In this common problem is, as I told, iron deficiency. So better to take iron rich fruit or food like in fruit, if we see mango, beetroot, carrot, green leafy vegetables, soya bean, these are good one, and pulses, sprouts. Other than this, for daily hair care routine, according to our hair type, we should be choosing shampoo. Like if our hair is dry and if tends to be dry out very frequently, so better to use shampoo at 2 times in a week. It should not be more than that, because it also strips of moisture that is present on our hairs. Better to use conditioning based shampoo in your daily care routine if your hair is too dry. Now we do encounter this question कि we should do use oil or not. Oil is natural conditioner. It helps in coating of the hair, but it's not essential for hair loss. Like if we don't oil our hair loss will be start. It's compulsory to do this hair massaging or hair oil. It's not like that. If your hairs are too oily, then I would recommend not to oil them too frequently. You can keep it for a couple of hours in the morning and then wash it off later on. And if your hair is dry, you can use hot oil massage in the morning time. It will help to protect your hair shaft, the main hair that is present on the outer area. Now for oily type of hair, you can use shampoo 3 to 4 times in a day also. Better to use shampoo that is mild, or nowadays good quality shampoos available in the market like sulfate free, paraben free, that you can use. Now if we see the water part, water nowadays we do get water of hard quality water. Our hair is made up of basic 3 structural protein. One is outer cortex, then first is cuticle, cortex and medulla. In the cuticle part, there are empty spaces. If we use hard water, then hard water iron might get entrapped into the free places, so it can lead to breakage. So better to use very soft water, or that have TDS of 300 to 800, not more than that. Now for oily skin also, if we our skin or this hair tends to be more oily, then better to shampoo 3 to 4 times in a week, as I told, because in oily skin other problems like dandruff, seborrheic dermatitis, itching, folliculitis are more common. So for that kind of hair, better to use oil based shampoo, oil shampoo that are meant for oily hair. Conditioning part, better to incorporate in your shampoo that are that kind of shampoos nowadays available. Now the treatment of the hair loss, first correcting your basic part. Again we'll discuss like exercise, daily your diet routine, cleansing part, then the treatment part. After this basic routine you can do at home, and treatment part as per your guidance of the dermatologist you can move forward. One other problem we all do face in like I have started hair loss issue or hair loss treatment, but I'm not getting results in 15 days, or it's 1 month but I'm not getting the problem. Actually, if we see the hair cycle, as I told in the first time, hair cycle is divided in 3 phases. So your second stage, that is hair loosening stage, that will last at least for 2 to 6 months. So it's possible that you might not get any result in initial period of time. So don't get disheartened, don't stop your treatment in between. It has passed like 15 days, 1 month, 2 months, but I'm not seeing any result. Sometimes you might feel your hair loss is increased. It's day to day feeling. Don't go with that. Just continue your hair loss program on treatment, and after some time definitely you will get result. So what I mean to say, don't discontinue in between. Now other question do we get that related to hair, will I get my all hair, or there will be regrowth of the hair? In that also, if we see from where we have started, if our hair loss has increased more, there are more vacant spaces. If we see bald areas on our scalp, particularly for male kind of baldness or male androgenetic alopecia, then we may not get each and every hair back, because those hair root that have become necrosed. So your hair loss treatment will be aimed or will be helpful in protecting or rescuing the present hair that is present on your scalp at present, will not be helpful for the previous hair or hair roots that have gone. So don't discontinue. Now my hair loss is not there, but I am not getting newer hair. For the present hair also you need to do the treatment according to your dermatologist advice. These are the basic thing. And again, for the hair part, nowadays many good treatment options are available, like mesotherapy, PRP treatment. They do work very well for this kind of hair related issues. And other light based therapy like low light laser therapy, they also do give very good results. For any kind of problem, because of this science have advanced, you do have this skin related or hair related problems, dermatologist advice with you, so better to consult accordingly. Sometimes we go away particularly for the hair part, we go away with the other problems like other advertisement like stop hair loss in few days, you use this shampoo. Sometimes we do get particularly this is anti hair loss shampoo, so if I use this my hair loss will be stopped. This is anti hair loss oil, if I use this my hair loss will be stopped. It's not like that. Hair is a basic structure and root is inside your skin, so result will be depending on the root level. So treat the problem scientifically, and accordingly you will get the results. Now for if any skin related issue or query is there, definitely you can contact. And I would like to thank again team of Visamo Foundation, all the team members for this opportunity, and thanks. I think you must have gained something out of this. Thank you.